If they have chosen cruelty, they shall taste sorrow.
Her voice thundered through the river, and the water answered. Let every firstborn and every lastborn who drinks from this river fall ill. Thunder cracked. Let no healer cure them. The water splashed high into the air and then settled. Chibuike remained on his knees by the river, crying like a child who had carried too much weight for too long.
I did not ask to be born. I did not kill my mother. Why does everyone hate me?
I did not kill my mother. Why does everyone hate me? His voice cracked. The river began to move strangely. The water that had been calm moments ago started forming slow circles around where his tears had fallen. The air grew heavy. Then, beneath the surface, a glowing figure appeared. A woman formed out of light and water. Her eyes burned with pain and anger. She watched him. My son, she whispered. Chibuike wiped his tears, unaware. They laugh at me, he continued. They beat me. Even the king looks at me like I am nothing. The woman's expression changed. Her voice deepened. They dare. The river began to rise slowly. Wind pushed against the trees. Birds flew away in fear. The woman lifted her hand beneath the water.
If they have chosen cruelty, they shall taste sorrow.
Her voice thundered through the river, and the water answered. The sky darkened suddenly, though it was still afternoon. Chibuike stumbled back in fear as the river swelled violently. From within the roaring water, a powerful voice echoed across the land. Let every firstborn and every lastborn who drinks from this river fall ill. Thunder cracked. Let no healer cure them. The water splashed high into the air and then settled. Chibuike collapsed on the ground, unconscious. The river became calm again, but something had already been set in motion. Back in the village, children began coughing. A young boy dropped his cup of water. Mother, my head hurts. In another compound, a baby started burning with fever. Fetch the herbalist, a woman screamed. Within hours, panic spread. The cries began before sunset. My son cannot stand. My daughter is not waking up. The herbalist moved from house to house, sweating nervously. This is not ordinary sickness, he muttered. At the palace, the king's only daughter lay trembling. Father, she whispered weakly. The queen knelt beside her. Do something, she cried to the king. You are the ruler. Save her. The king shouted at his guards. Bring every healer, every priest, now. But nothing worked. By morning, the elders gathered urgently in the palace courtyard. One elder spoke in fear. My king, it is only the firstborn and lastborn of each family who are sick. The courtyard fell silent. The king's face hardened. What are you suggesting? Another elder answered quietly. This may be the river. As they argued, a sudden wind blew through the courtyard. The palace gates opened violently on their own. A strange man dressed in white walked slowly inside. No one recognized him. Who are you? The king demanded. The man did not bow. He simply dropped a folded palm leaf scroll onto the ground. Read, he said calmly. Before the guards could grab him, he vanished. The courtyard erupted in confusion. Where did he go? Was he a spirit? The king opened the scroll with shaking hands. His voice trembled as he read aloud. A firstborn must offer himself to the mother of the river. Only then shall the sickness leave. Gasps filled the palace. The queen clutched her chest. No, no. The king looked around at the elders. Which firstborn will step forward? no one answered. The chief priest requested a divination immediately. They gathered at the river shrine. The priest cast cowries onto the ground. His hands shook as he interpreted them. "This curse," he whispered, "is born from pain." "Whose pain?" the king demanded. The priest swallowed. "The river spirit is angry because of her son." The elders looked at one another in confusion. Her son? The priest closed his eyes tightly. The boy whose mother died at birth. Silence. The king's face changed slowly. "Chibuike," an elder spoke with fear. "The river spirit is his mother." The truth struck them harder than the illness itself. The boy they had mocked, the boy they had starved, was the son of the river they worshipped. Back in the village square, the king stood before his people. "You have all heard the message," he announced. "One firstborn must offer himself to the mother of the river. Only then shall the sickness leave." Immediately, murmurs spread. A man stepped back protectively in front of his son. "My king, there must be another way." A woman cried loudly, "You cannot take my child." The king's voice grew stern. "If without sacrifice, all firstborns and lastborns will die." Still, no one stepped forward. Fathers looked away. Mothers held their children tightly. Even the elders lowered their heads. Then someone whispered quietly, "Is Chibuike not a firstborn?" All eyes slowly turned. Chibuike stood at the edge of the crowd, pale but standing. He had been sick too, but he did not look afraid. He looked calm. The crowd fell silent. The wind moved gently through the square, and in that silence, destiny waited for him to speak.